And hello, and welcome to the 25th reading of the King James Version of the Bible. And we are in Genesis. And today we'll take a read through chapter 24. Okay, let me just bring up the website. I am at the KingJamesBibleOnline.org. Genesis chapter 24. Okay, verse 1. And Abraham was old and well stricken in age, and the Lord had blessed Abraham in all things. And Abraham said unto his eldest servant of his house that ruled over all that he had, Put, I pray thee, thy hand under thy thigh, and I will make thee swear by the Lord of heaven, the Lord of the earth, that thou shalt not take a wife unto my son of the daughters of the Canaanites, among whom I dwell. But thou shalt go unto my country and to my kindred, and take a wife unto my son Isaac. And the servant said unto him, Peradventure, the woman will not be willing to follow me unto this land. Must I needs bring thy son again unto the land from whence thou comest? And Abraham said unto him, Beware thou that thou bring not my son thither again. And the Lord of heaven, which took me from my father's house and from the land of my kindred, and which spake unto me, and that spare unto me, saying, Unto thy seed I will give this land. He shall send his angel before thee, and thou shalt take a wife unto my son from hence. And if the woman will not follow me, will not willingly to follow thee, then thou shalt be clear from this my oath. Only bring not my son thither again. And the servant put his hand under the thigh of Abraham his master, and sware to him concerning this matter. And the servant took 10 camels of the camels of his master, and departed. For all the goods of his master were in his hand. And he arose and went to Mesopotamia, unto the city of Nahor. And he made his camels to kneel down without the city, but by a well of water at the time of the evening, even the time that women go out to draw water. And he said, O Lord of my master Abraham, I pray thee, send me good speed this day, and I screw kindness unto my master Abraham. Behold, I stand here by the well of water, and the daughters of the men of the city come out to draw water. And let it come to pass that the damsel to whom I shall say, Let down thy pitcher, I pray thee, that I may drink, that she shall say, Drink, and I will give thy camels drink also. Let the same be she that thou hast appointed for thy servant Isaac, and thereby shall I know that thou hast showed kindness unto my master. And it came to pass before he had done speaking, that behold, Rebekah came out, who was born to Bethuel, son of Milcah, the wife of Nahor, Abraham's brother, with her pitcher upon her shoulder. And the damsel was very fair to look upon, a virgin, neither had any man known her, and she went down to the well, and filled her pitcher, and came up. And the servant ran to meet her, and said, Let me, I pray thee, drink a little water of thy pitcher. And she said, Drink, my lord. And she hastened to let down her pitcher upon her hand, and gave him drink. When she had done giving him drink, she said, I will draw water for thy camels also, until they have done drinking. And she hastened and emptied her pitcher into the trough, and ran again unto the well to draw water, and drew for all his camels. And the man, wondering at her, held his peace, to wit whether the Lord had made his journey prosperous or not. And it came to pass, as the camels had done drinking, that the man took a golden earring of half a shekel's weight, and 2 bracelets for her hands of 10 shekels weight of gold. And he said, Whose daughter art thou? Tell me, I pray thee, is there room in thy father's house for us to lodge in? And she said unto him, I am the daughter of Bethuel, the son of Milcah, which she bare upon Nahor. She said moreover unto him, We have both straw and proventure enough, and room to lodge in. And the man bowed down his head and worshipped the Lord. And he said, Blessed be the Lord of my master Abraham, who has not left destitute my master of his mercy and his truth. I being in the way, the Lord led me to the house of my master's brethren. And the damsel ran and told them of her mother's house these things. And Rebekah had a brother, and his name was Laban. And Laban ran out unto the man unto the well. And it came to pass, when he saw the earring and the bracelet upon his sister's hand, and when he heard the words of Rebekah his sister, saying, Thus spake the man unto me, that I came unto the man, and behold, he stood by the camels at the well. And he said, Come in, thou blessed of the Lord, wherefore thou standest thou without? And for I have prepared the house and the room for camels. And the man came into the house, and he ungirded his camels, and gave straw and provender for the camels, and water to wash his feet and the men's feet that were with him. And there was set meat before him to eat. And he said, I will not eat until I have told my errand. And he said, Speak on. And he said, I am Abram's servant, and the Lord has blessed my master greatly, and he has become great. And he has given him flocks and herds and silver and gold and manservants and maidservants and camels and asses. And Sarah, my master's wife, bare a son to him, to my master, when she was old, and unto him has he given all he has. My master made me swear, saying, Thou shalt not take a wife to my son of the daughters of the Canaanites, in whose land I dwell. But I shall go unto my father's house, and to my kindred, and take a wife unto my son. And I said unto my master's preventure, the women will not follow me. And he said unto me, the Lord, before whom I walk, will send his angel with thee, and prosper thy way. And thou shalt take a wife for my son, of my kindred, and of my father's house. Then shalt thou clear thy from this my oath, when thou comest to my kindred, and if I give not thee one, thou shalt be clear of the oath. I came this day upon the well, and I said, O Lord of my master's Abram, I know thou do prosper my way which I do. Behold, I stand by the well of water, and it shall come to pass that when the virgin cometh forth to draw water, and I say to her, Give me, I pray thee, a little water from thy pitcher, and she will say to me, Both drink thou, and I will draw water for the camels. Let the same be the woman whom the Lord has appointed out of my master's son. And before I had done speaking in my heart, behold, Rebekah came forth with her pitcher on her shoulder, and she went down unto the well and drew water. And I said unto her, Let me drink, I pray. She made haste and let down her pitcher from her shoulder, and said, Drink, and I will give thy camel drink also. So I drank, and she made the camels drink also. And I asked her and said, Whose daughter art thou? And she said, The daughter of Bethuel, Nehor's son, whom Melcash bare unto him. And I put the earrings upon her face and the bracelets on her hand. And I bowed down my head and worshipped the Lord and blessed the Lord God of my master Abraham, which had led me to the right way to take my master's brother's daughter unto his son. And now, if ye will deal kindly and truly with my master, tell me, and if not, tell me, that I may turn to the right hand or to the left. And then Laban and Bethuel answered and said, The thing proceedeth from the Lord. We cannot speak unto thee bad or good. And behold, Rebekah is before thee. Take her and go, and let her be thy master's son's wife, as the Lord hath spoken. And it came to pass that when Abraham's servant heard their words, he worshipped the Lord, bowing himself to the earth. And the servant brought forth jewels of silver and jewels of gold and remnant, and gave them to Rebekah. She gave also to her brother and to her mother precious things. And they did eat and drink, and he, the men, that war with him and tarried all night. And they rose in the morning, and he said, Send me away unto my master. And her brother and her sister said, Let the damsel abide with us a few days, at the least 10. After that she shall go. And he said unto them, Hinder me not, seeing the Lord has prospered my way. Send me away, and I may go to my master. And they said, We will call the damsel and inquire at her month. And they called Rebekah and said unto her, Wilt thou go with this man? And she said, I will go. And they sent away Rebekah, their sister, and her nurse, and Abraham's servant, and his man. And they blessed Rebekah, and said unto her, Thou art our sister, and thou the mother of the thousands of millions, and let the seed possess the gate of those that hate them. And Rebekah arose, and her damsels, and they rode upon the camels, and followed the man. And the servant took Rebekah and went his way. And Isaac came from the far of the well Laharon, from he dwelt in the south country. And Isaac went unto meditate in the field at the eventide. And he lifted his eyes and saw, and behold, the camels were coming. And Rebekah lifted her eyes, and when she saw Isaac, she lighted off the camel. For she had said unto the servant, What man is this that walketh in the field to meet us? And the servant had said, It is my master. Therefore she took a veil and covered herself. And the servant told Isaac all things that he had done. And Isaac brought her into his mother Sarah's tent, and took Rebekah, and she became his wife, and he loved her. And Isaac was comforted after his mother's death. Well, that was quite a long chapter. There seemed to be a lot of repetition in it too. The whole thing about, I'll just do a quick skim through it. Let's go back. Yeah, way back here in verse 1, it identifies Abraham as being old and stricken with age. And he picks his most senior servant and makes him pledge to go and find a wife, and told him to go into his country and to take a wife unto my son Isaac. So the servant does this. And then there's this long thing from chapter 8 where he describes what this woman will do, that she will give him water and his camels water. And this is repeated several times. I can only think when something like that is repeated over and over, it has some meaning. So we shall see. Then there's some in verse 13, there's an exchange of earrings and bracelets for the young lady. And then this goes on, and there's more discussion. And finally, it is, let's see, where does this go? In 43, Behold, I stand by the well, and I shall come to pass that when the virgin cometh from the water. This is again more repeating the storyline. Yeah, it's just repeated over and over again. Finally, where does this happen? Do they then have their dinner. Okay, 53. The servant brought forth jewels and silver and jewels of gold and remnant and gave them to Rebekah, and he also her brother, and to her mother's precious things. So this is the deal was pretty much this. And then 54, okay, they had eat and drink and they tarried all night. So the deal was cut. Then there is the journey where Rebekah meets Isaac, and this is in 65, where she said unto the servant, What man is this that walketh in the field? And the servant said unto her, It's my master. Therefore she took a veil and covered herself. And the servant took her to Isaac. So in 66, she finally meets Isaac, and that is what happens. Now, again, this is one of these funny chapters that seems to be about one act of a union of a woman and a man, and how that the significance of it. So maybe Isaac's role and Rebekah's role will be more obvious later. So we'll pick up at chapter 25 tomorrow. Have a good day, and thank you for joining.